Welcome to our breakdown of the Knicks vs. Pacers Game 4. Let's dive into the 5 key takeaways from this thrilling match. This Eastern Conference semifinals series has been nothing short of spectacular, a true throwback to physical, intense playoff basketball. Game 4, however, felt like a potential turning point, a contest where momentum swung decisively and narratives began to solidify for both of these hungry franchises. The Indiana Pacers, playing with a remarkable sense of urgency and precision, delivered a statement performance, putting the New York Knicks in a precarious position. For the Knicks, it was a night where opportunities were missed and vulnerabilities were exposed, despite their characteristic fight. The energy in Gainbridge Fieldhouse was palpable, and the Pacers fed off it, showcasing the depth and talent that make them such a formidable opponent in these playoffs. This game wasn't just about 1 or 2 plays. It was a culmination of strategic execution and individual brilliance. Tonight, we're going to dissect what made this game so pivotal. We'll look at the standout individual efforts, the tactical battles, and what this all means as the series shifts back to the bright lights of New York City. From Tyrese Haliburton's masterful orchestration to the Knicks' uncharacteristic struggles and the crucial contributions from key role players, there's so much to unpack. This game has set the stage for an absolutely electric Game 5, and understanding these takeaways is key to anticipating what comes next. Let's get started. Tyrese Haliburton didn't just play well in Game 4. He delivered a performance that felt like a declaration. He guaranteed this victory for the Pacers with his control, poise, and sheer basketball intellect. Watching him operate, it's clear he sees the game unfolding steps ahead. His ability to manipulate pick-and-roll coverages and make the right read consistently is special. It's one thing to have vision, but to execute with precision under playoff pressure elevates him. His stat line, while impressive, only tells part of the story. What I saw was a young man in command of his team and the game's tempo. He knew when to push the pace and when to slow it down, dissecting their half-court sets. This wasn't just about scoring or assisting. It was about conducting an orchestra, ensuring every instrument played its part harmoniously. Haliburton is carving out his own niche in that conversation. The way he uses his eyes to move defenders, the subtle fakes, the pinpoint passes into tight windows, these are skills honed through dedication and an innate feel for the game. The Knicks, for all their defensive tenacity, seemed to have few answers for Haliburton's diverse attack. He wasn't just a pick-and-roll threat, he scored efficiently from three-point range, forcing defenders to play him honestly. When a player can impact the game in so many ways, scoring, facilitating, even his defensive anticipation leading to steals, it puts immense pressure on the opposing team's game plan. What I particularly admired was his composure in the face of the Knicks' physicality. They undoubtedly tried to disrupt his rhythm, but he never seemed rattled. He absorbed contact, drew fouls, and perhaps most importantly, he didn't let their aggression take him out of his game. Instead, he used it, often finding teammates as the defense overcommitted to stopping his penetration. This mental fortitude is a hallmark of a player ready for the brightest lights. Haliburton's Game 4 was a showcase of modern point guard play at its finest, a blend of scoring, elite passing, high basketball IQ, and unwavering composure. He wasn't just a participant in the Pacers' win, he was the primary architect, the driving force that has pushed his team to the brink of the Eastern Conference Finals. Haliburton's Game 4 was a showcase of modern point guard play at its finest, a blend of scoring, elite passing, high basketball IQ, and unwavering composure. He wasn't just a participant in the Pacers' win. He was the primary architect, the driving force that has pushed his team to the brink of the Eastern Conference Finals. This mental fortitude is a hallmark of a player ready for the brightest lights. Haliburton's Game 4 was a showcase of modern point guard play at its finest, a blend of scoring, elite passing, high basketball IQ, and unwavering composure. He wasn't just a participant in the Pacers' win. He was the primary architect, the driving force that has pushed his team to the brink of the Eastern Conference Finals. The New York Knicks in Game 4 battled not just a strong Pacers team, but also their own mistakes. They couldn't get out of their own way, and in a playoff game, those errors are magnified. The Knicks' identity is built on toughness and minimizing mistakes, but that wasn't the case here. Turnovers were a glaring issue, leading to easy Pacers transition baskets. These plays deflate a team and energize an opponent. Defensively, the Knicks left Pacers shooters with too much space. Despite struggles, there were bright spots of resilience. Jalen Brunson continued to battle, showing undeniable competitive fire. Moments of hustle from players like Josh Hart were evident. Ultimately, the Knicks knew they contributed to their own demise. Cleaning up these errors is crucial to extend the series back at Madison Square Garden. Chapter 3. The Nesmith Effect. A two-way force returns with impact. The return of Aaron Nesmith from injury for the Pacers was a significant storyline heading into Game 4, and his performance underscored just how vital he is to their success. It's not always about the gaudy statistics with Nesmith, though he certainly chipped in offensively. It's about his relentless energy and his profound two-way impact that changes the complexion of the game for Indiana. His presence was immediately felt. Coming back from an injury, especially in the heat of the playoffs, can be challenging. There's the question of rhythm, of conditioning, of trusting your body. Nesmith, however, looked like he hadn't missed a beat. He slotted right back into his role as a high-energy wing defender and a capable offensive threat, providing a much-needed boost to the Pacers' rotation and overall dynamism on the court. Offensively, Nesmith brings a specific skill set that complements the Pacers' stars. He's a capable spot-up shooter who can knock down open threes, which is crucial when playing alongside a playmaker like Haliburton. His ability to stretch the floor creates more space for others to operate. But he's not just a standstill shooter, he moves well without the ball, cutting with purpose and often finding himself in the right place for easy scores or offensive rebounds. What truly sets Nesmith apart, and what was so evident in Game 4, is his defensive tenacity and versatility. He often draws the assignment of guarding one of the opponent's primary wing scorers, and he relishes that challenge. Against the Knicks, he was tasked with making life difficult for their perimeter threats, using his length, quickness, and sheer determination to contest shots and disrupt passing lanes. His impact isn't always captured in steals or blocks, though he contributes in those areas. It's the deflections, the altered shots, the hustle plays that don't necessarily show up in a traditional box score, but are incredibly valuable. The energy he brings is palpable. When Nesmith is on the floor, the Pacers seem to play with an extra gear of intensity. His return also provides Coach Carlisle with more lineup flexibility. Chapter 4. Mathurin spark a Remember Me performance off the bench. If Aaron Nesmith provided the steady two-way presence, then Benedict Mathurin delivered the explosive offensive spark off the bench for the Pacers in Game 4, truly a Remember Me type of game for the talented young guard. In the playoffs, you need players who can come in and change the energy, provide a scoring punch, and Mathurin did exactly that, reminding everyone of the offensive firepower he possesses. Mathurin has had moments of brilliance throughout his young career, but his performance in Game 4 felt particularly impactful given the stage and the stakes. He played with a supreme level of confidence, attacking the Knicks' defense with aggression and decisiveness. It wasn't just that he scored, it was how and when he scored, often providing timely buckets that either stemmed a Knicks rally or extended a Pacers lead. Coming off the bench, his role is often to provide that instant offense, and he embraced it fully. He looked for his shot early and often, but not in a reckless way. Instead, he seemed to pick his spots effectively, whether it was attacking closeouts for drives to the basket or pulling up for mid-range jumpers. His ability to create his own shot is a valuable asset, especially against a tough defensive team like New York. What stood out to me was his fearlessness. Mathurin didn't shy away from contact. In fact, he seemed to invite it, drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line. This aggressiveness can be a game changer, putting pressure on the opposing team's interior defense and also helping to get them into foul trouble. For a young player to display that kind of poise and assertiveness in a playoff environment is commendable. His scoring bursts were crucial in maintaining the Pacers' momentum. This ability to change the rhythm of the game is what makes a great bench scorer so valuable, and he played that role to perfection. Chapter 5. The Garden's Gauntlet. Immense pressure mounts for Game 5. And so, with the Pacers taking a commanding lead in this series after their impressive Game 4 victory, all eyes now turn to Madison Square Garden for Game 5. The pressure cooker that is playoff basketball at the world's most ballyhooed arena is about to be turned up to its absolute maximum. For the New York Knicks, it's do or die, backs against the wall, every cliche you can think of, because their season is well and truly on the line. The importance of Game 5 cannot be overstated. For the Pacers, it's an opportunity to close out a tough opponent on the road, to silence a raucous crowd, and to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals, a remarkable achievement for this group. They will need to bring the same level of poise, execution, and defensive intensity that they displayed in Game 4, knowing that the Knicks will come out with a desperate energy. For the Knicks, the pressure is immense. Playing at home can be a double-edged sword. The energy of the Garden faithful can be an incredible sixth man, fueling runs and intimidating opponents. However, if things start to go poorly, that same energy can turn into palpable anxiety and frustration. The weight of expectation from one of the most passionate fan bases in sports will be heavy on their shoulders. What do the Knicks need to do? First and foremost, they have to address the self-inflicted wounds from Game 4. Turnovers must be drastically reduced. Defensive rotations need to be crisper. They have to get back to their brand of physical, disciplined basketball that has defined their success. Jalen Brunson will undoubtedly try to put the team on his back, but he will need significant contributions from everyone in the rotation. The mental aspect will be just as crucial as the tactical adjustments. So there you have it, 5 critical takeaways from a Game 4 that has truly shifted the landscape of this Knicks vs. Pacers series. Tyrese Haliburton's brilliance, the Knicks' uncharacteristic struggles, and the vital contributions from players like Aaron Nesmith and Benedict Mathurin have set the stage for an incredibly dramatic Game 5. The Pacers are now in the driver's seat, but as we all know, anything can happen in the NBA playoffs, especially when a team's back is against the wall at home. The pressure now shifts entirely to Madison Square Garden, where the Knicks will fight to keep their season alive. Will they rise to the occasion, fueled by their passionate home crowd? Or will the Pacers continue their impressive run and punch their ticket to the Eastern Conference Finals? It's going to be fascinating to watch how these storylines unfold. The adjustments, the mental fortitude, the sheer will to win, it will all be on display. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more NBA insights and updates. Let us know your predictions for Game 5 in the comments below. We'll be back soon with more analysis as this incredible postseason continues. See you next time. Stay tuned.